Woohoo! Yay! It's ArtFoamies Fun Friday. Welcome, everybody. It's so good to be here, and I'm so happy that you're here. I'm going to start by saying hello to everyone like I always do. Terry Moore is here. Kay is here. Megan, Candy, Jim Smith, Estrella. Eileen is here. Happy to see you. Catherine Guerrero. Oh, who else? Christina. Hello. Janice. Oh my gosh. I hope you're doing well. I'm thinking about you. Donna is here. Claire Dubin. Anita. Oh my gosh. Linda Finney. Pam is here. Jan Bryant. Mary Lynn Kelly. Oh my gosh. I hope I'm not missing anyone. If I skipped by your name, I certainly would never mean to leave you out. So please make sure to say hello. And welcome to ArtFoamies Fun Friday. I can't believe it's Friday again already. It seems like the weeks are just flying by. And I say every weekend to Mr. Moon, I say, oh my gosh, I can't believe the weekend's over already. And then he says, don't worry, it'll be Friday before you know it. And he's right. So tonight we have something very special. I don't know how many of you have heard me talk about this, but we've been planning it for a while, and it is Honey, I Shrunk the ArtFoamies. Yes, we are making some of your very favorite ArtFoamies into smaller sizes because we just think it's fun. And what happened was a while ago, this is great, about maybe 6 months or so ago, I actually did, I have to show it to you. I had asked Mr. Moon for a stamp, and an ArtFoamie. And so I said I wanted my vegan word, I don't know if you can see it here. I said, I need the stamp that says vegan. And then he made it for me and brought it, and it was really tiny. And so I said, oh my gosh, I love this. And I think he said, like, honey, I shrunk the stamp. And I said, oh my gosh, we have to do it, because we do have a lot of people ask for some of the stamps in smaller sizes, specifically for, well, generally for card making or just for a smaller project. And so we have obliged. And so I do want to let you all know, though, we cannot make the shrunken stamps into its own collection, okay, on our website. Because it is, throughout all of the collections, it's many different artists. And so what Maxie Moon has done, she has listed them all on our Instagram stories. And I think she said on Facebook too. So if you have any questions, of course, let us know. And I'm going to go through and I'm going to share them all with you here. Because some of them are definitely my favorites and some of our best sellers. Okay. So let me turn the camera around and let's see. Oh, wait, let me stop for a second. A lot more people came on. I want to say hi to them. D. Keels is here. Denise, oh, you made it. Thank you so much. Who else is here? Bernadette and Sue and Roberta. Oh my gosh, I did miss a few people here. Oh my gosh. Janice, thank you. I wondered if somebody would say something about my hair. So I am trying to go silver or gray. My hair is pretty dark, so right now I look like a calico cat. So I'm still working on it. It's going to take a few more sessions, I think. Hopefully I'll either get there or I'll have rainbow hair soon. One or the other, I'll let you know. No, I did not paint my t-shirt. This is a actual golden paint t-shirt. Many of you know that I am a golden artist educator, and I do need to say that I am compensated from Golden any time and every time that I share or show their product. I am compensated with product from their company. But the only reason I do represent them is because I love their stuff, and I totally think it's the best paint on the market. But yes, these t-shirts are all hand painted swatches. Isn't that awesome? I don't know if you can get them anymore. I was just thinking that I'm going to try to see if I can get another one because I'm getting a hole in mine, but I still wear it. Who else is here? Megan, I hope I said hello to you. Wendy from Bliss Angel Studios is here. Deb Rojas is here. Oh my gosh, who else? Marjorie. Oh my gosh, you're so sweet. Thank you for saying so. Well, hopefully, yes, the lighting in here is really crazy too, so it probably looks a little more silvery. I do have some orange spots and some really fun, different colors. I'm sort of like a calico cat. Anyway, I'm going to turn the camera around, and we are going to get makey, and I'm going to share with you all of, sorry, I know that is really bright. Let me try to fix the lighting a little bit. And I also have to fix the autofocus. Just bear with me for 1 second. It's being tricky. All right, maybe that's a little bit better. Okay, so, and while we're getting ready, I do want to show you last week, if you joined me for Kat Kerr's new imagery, I told you I would finish my Rolodexes and I would share them with you. And Jan, yeah, it sort of looks ashy blonde too. It's really weird, and it's all sorts of colors. So I'll let you know how it goes, and if it turns out how I'm hoping, I will share a better picture. Patty, welcome. And I know, Patty, thank you for coming. Patty will tell you all, please like this video and follow and share and whatever you do to make my, you know, my algorithms and my numbers go up. I really appreciate it. Anyway, so these are the finished Rolodexes from the Kat Kerr launch. You know, I was sort of doing a lot of cutouts, and I did have fun finishing them off. So if you can see this one, the tubes of paint, I went ahead and I cut off one of the tubes, and I made myself sort of a little puddle. I cut off the lid and made it my own. So super fun. And I love the way that these all go together. So a super fun collection. And then here I did finish off the brush, and I really like the way the brush turned out. If you recall, I did cut off also the swirls that were at the end of the brush. But of course, you know, that's one thing I like about having such versatile images that you can use, you know, and make them sort of more your own by cutting them up or just, you know, using certain parts of the imagery. Bernadette says, I'm glad the alternative is, oh, instead of shaving it. Well, we'll see still about that. As rainbow. Yeah. I don't know. So throughout my life, I have, you know, I've let my hair grow really long and then cut it all off really short, let it grow, cut it off. So it's just sort of an ongoing thing. Anyway, yeah, so here's the whole collection of Rolodexes. And again, super excited with the way that it turned out and makes a fun little statement in your Rolodex piece. Although I will say, these are for my this one's for my 4x6. Okay. And then these are for my 3x5. And this is for my 2x4. Claire, thank you. Yes, she's going to get me some. The lady who did my hair is going to get me some of that. But we still have to do it one more time. I will tell you, my hair is very, very resistant and very thick and dark. You know, I do have a lot of gray, but it's not enough to really, you know, make it streaky like that. So I'm working on it. Deb Peak, welcome. You should love this, Deb Peak, because this is Honey, I Shrunk the Art Foamy. Here, I got to at least show you my graphic that I designed. Maxie Moon says, yes, there is a stamp list by artist that shows you all of the Honey, I Shrunk the stamp. Okay, let me show you our little graphic for this, just because I thought it was pretty fun. And you probably saw it online anyway, but there it is. Honey, I Shrunk the Art Foamies. All right, so Deb Peak, I know you like smaller images. So without further ado, here are the images. And let me look at Maxie's message because she sent me a list. Okay, so here we go. I'll go in order. Huh. And I haven't even stamped them all out. Maxie Moon stamped them all out this time. This is Julie Balzer's Leaf Vine. And this is the large size, which runs around 9 inches. And this is the smaller version, which you can see they're quite significantly smaller. All right. And any, we will stamp some of these. If there's any specifically that you would love to see stamped, let me know. So I do have samples for some of them already. And again, that is Julie Balzer's Leaf Vine. Linda, yes, I have, oh, I thought you said artisan hair. Yes, Asian hair. It is, it's pretty tough to bleach it out to get it to become light enough, right? I'm still over here talking about my hair. Anyway, okay, the next one is cat cur. We do have a few of cat curs, and I really love these. This is prickly circles, and I don't have all of the large ones. I'm sorry about that, but I just could not find all of my large size ones. But these all were 6 by 6, the large size. And I believe, let me get out my ruler. These are going to be around 3 inches. So yeah, about 3.5. So considerably smaller. Okay. Prickly circles. We got cat curs crooked squares. And oh my gosh, I'm so excited about this one. Oh no, wait. The next one is stem. Where is it? Oh my gosh, why don't I see the stem? Oh, here it is. And this was very popular. One of her most popular stamps from her, one of her other collections. And again, about half size, okay? Keeping in mind, we cannot make art foamies too much tinier. They have to have some substance to them. So yes, and then finally, I know we just released these last week, but I had to have the smaller model, okay, the smaller mannequin, because I just love this guy. And remember last week I shared with you that I collect some of these and I have them in multiple sizes around my studio. So I definitely had to have the smaller one, and there's the large, okay? So you can see, and again, for shrinking and just for some fun projects that we're going to do together, I think both sizes are must-haves. Right? Yes. Oh, Maxie says, after a lot of requests, I figured out a way to make it easier to find them. Okay, so she's going to let us know. Yes, the mannequin is so, so cute. I love it too. And I don't know if you saw this, Denise, but we did cut him apart for those little Rolodexes that I just shared with you. Now, where did I stick him? We cut that guy apart. And you can make his little arms, well, and legs too, of course, going different ways just by cutting it out and placing them sort of how you want. So super fun. Art foamies really, really are fun. Right? Okay, many of you, this is one of my most oh no, I'm sorry, I'm moving ahead. I'm supposed to be going in order. Gina Ahrens, and many of you know that this is one of my all-time favorite art foamies. I just love long and leafy, and I know pretty much, this is one of our very first art foamies that we came out with when I first took over Art Foamies, and it's been a favorite. And we did make it into a smaller version. The large version is approximately 8 inches long, and this is 4. And I'm so upset because I looked everywhere for my large, long, and leafy. I think I spent, oh gosh, at least a good 20 minutes looking for it, and I cannot find it right now. So just trust me when I tell you this is a must-have. Yes, I know, right? I knew so many of you would love that. Excuse me. All right, so that's Long and Leafy by Gina Ahrens. We have Gypsy Soul, Fragmented Lines. Here's the large. And here's the small. Okay, so again, about half size. And keep in mind, if you already have the large ones, the small ones are going to be great because they're going to complement, they're going to go together. So, why not have both sizes, right? That's just me. To cut the body pieces, Deb, I just use scissors. They're not, it's really not bad for fussy cutting. And even I believe that the small one, even though it's much smaller, I think if you just had a smaller pair of scissors, something like, you know, something like these would be great. You could, of course, use an X-Acto and a cutting mat, but honestly, the scissors work just fine for this size. Yes, Patty says the large and mini mannequins would be such cute Father's Day cards. Great idea, Patty. Okay, so moving on. Those were Gypsy Soul fragmented lines, okay? And then we got Gypsy Soul fragmented rings. Which I know this is crazy, but I love these. Also for clouds. If you look at the back, you can use these for clouds as well. So definitely both pieces are great. Okay, or both sizes. All right. Again, GSL fragmented rings. Okay. And then we also have, and this I love, love, love. This is the small mason jar. So here's the regular size. And here is the small. And I did do a couple of these cut out because I think I do want to use these for recipe cards. And I want to make Rolodexes with them. So isn't that so, so cute? Oh my gosh, I just love it. Anyway, so that's the small mason jar. Again, some of these are, you know, some one size is going to be good enough. But I will tell you, many of the ones that we chose to be minis, okay, are just too cute. You can't help it. You can't help but want them. All right. Yeah, it does look like bubbles too. But remember, you can use the backs. So these do make great clouds as well. Yes, fragmented lines is a great, oh my gosh, it is such a great stamp. I don't know why I haven't used it more. It's because it's one of my favorites too. But you know, this is one of the things I so often am not even, you're going to have to do like a, I don't know, some kind of favorite day where I just pull out some of my very favorites and actually really use them to death, you know? All right, let's move on. Joni Hallmark has, oh my gosh, this is so cute too. The Calavera. And we also did her toadstool border, which, and the Calavera is around 6 inches also, approximately. And this one is about 3. So super cute. I love her, her little sugar skulls. Well, I love Joni Hallmark, you know that. And then the toadstools, cannot stand how cute this is. And I did stamp this out. I'll have to find it. And I might stamp it out again just because it's so cute to make little red toppers and little polka dots on there. Oh my gosh, I just love it. All right, so that again is Joni Hallmark, her Calavera and her toadstool border. And let's go on here and see. Maxie Moon. We did do the floral trio. This is her Maxie Moon's large floral trio. And here's a little baby one. So, so cute. Now we're to me, KP, and Maxie Moon. I don't know. She picked a lot of mine. I think she likes me. No, but honestly, there was a few that I really, really wanted smaller. Okay. And the first one is one of my all-time bestsellers and one of my favorites. Oh, sorry, Maxie. I was wrong. This large one is 4 and the small one is 3. Okay. I misspoke. Sorry about that. This is one of my favorite stamps. It's called Good Hair Day. And we did do her in a small size. And I know many of you will be pretty happy about that because, again, this has been a really great art foamy. And I still do use it all the time. Lisa, welcome. Nice to see you. So that's Good Hair Day. And the large one, oh gosh, is around 5 inches wide by 5.5 high. And the small one is about 3 1/4 by about 4. Okay. We also have microcosms 1 and 2, even though I know we just literally came out with the new microcosm set, but I said, oh my gosh, these will be so cute in a smaller size. So there you go. You know, you can mix and match. If you have the large size of number 1, maybe you get the tiny size of number 2. Or maybe you just get them all because they're too cute to pass up. I don't know. All right. And then what else do we have here? We have Edgy, which again, I don't have the large Edgy, but I will say it's kind of big. And this is just too dang cute in this small size. And here I do have it stamped out. Where else but on the edge? Yes, they're great for journaling. Yes, I knew, Wendy. As soon as I saw this, I was like, oh my gosh. I should have just sent it to Wendy right away because she's going to have it. Anyway, this is Edgy, and it is, ooh gosh, a nice little 3.5 inch size. Maxie Moon says, I love baby microcosms. Me too. All right, so that is Edgy. And we also have Open Book here. Oh, and you know what? I thought I had the large Open Book. Let me see where I put it, because it's a decent size. And there is the large Open Book. And of course we had to do a little baby book. And I will say that the small book makes for a great book plate. If you still want, this is a sticker, so I can turn it right into a book plate. Or also a great little Rolodexy. All right, super cute. And that's Open Book in a nice little 4 1/4 inch size. All right, what else do we have here? We have, Cheery Tree in a nice little tiny size. And I know so many of you, this, for some reason, it has been such a good holiday stamp. And I think some of you might have even asked for it in a smaller size. So this one, and honestly, I don't know how big the large one is. This one's about 5 inches tall. So I think the other one must be around 7. It's pretty big. I'm just still reading the comments. Okay, that's it for me, KP. We do have a couple others, and that is Red Tin Roof, which is 2 of her really cute ones. We did in a smaller size. One is her little carousel ride, okay, in a tinier size, and her flamingo, which I think is absolutely way, way too cute. And I know it's so funny. This is really a popular stamp too. Not that it's funny, it's adorable, but it's kind, it's big. So I think the small size is just too adorable. And of course, a lot of these would be so cute for like mom and baby, or, parent and child, or something like that. So anyway, have at it. Go check them out. And we're going to get a little makey over here. All right. Maxie says the large one is over 7 inches tall. So great. All right. First things first, I am going to pull this back out. I don't know how many of you remember, I worked on this. I don't remember when I started stamping it. When I was showing the microcosms for the first time, the new microcosms, okay? So what I'm going to do, I haven't finished this and I want to, so I thought I would just pull out the new microcosms, or at least a few of them, okay, in the small size, okay, and stamp on here because this piece is not yet finished. So at least you can see them stamped out, okay? So I'm going to get a little bit of white gesso on my scrap buddy. Yes, thank you, Maxie, so much for all your hard work. I love them too. I hope you all love the new ones. And of course, if there's any other ones that you would love to see shrunken, please let us know. Now, there are certain sort of, size restrictions, and if they're too fine or too detailed, we might not be able to do them. But of course, we always take your suggestions and your recommendations. So we would love to hear from you, okay? Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and I am going to stamp some of these, not all of them, but I'm going to stamp some of these on here with a little white gesso because this is still a piece I want to finish up. Oops, got a little white gesso on there right now. That's okay. I can definitely go back over with a little bit of black and cover that up. One of the things that I want to do is to stamp some more of these in white so that I can go back and add color on top of it and continue to work and doodle on this piece. As you can see, so many of these have been filled in using, like a black marker. And then I want to sort of do the same treatment using a white marker and just continuing to fill in. Okay. So as you know, one of the things I like, where is the flamingo? It is under Red Tin Roof. And if you still can't find it, Jim, I'll help you, or Maxie Moon, or one of us will help you find it after the live. Oh, Terry, I'm sorry if you got faked out about about your peanut butter box. So you are so funny. You make me laugh. All right, so let's keep going. A little white gesso again. Oh, it's on the front page. Is that, Jim, do you mean like where is it on the website, or are you wanting me to show it again? I'm I'm sorry, I'm confused. And of course, I could pull out my larger, my regular size microcosms and stamp it on here too. Ooh. You guys are so funny. I love the glee with which you wait for your Art Foamy boxes. It makes me so, so happy. Let's do this one. I do like this one. And keep in mind, I will mention that if you have any like residual color on your Art Foamy, as you can see, they do have a little bit of color on them. Sometimes if I don't clean them off and I put white gesso or white paint, some of the color will kind of come through. Now that's not really the case for these, but just keep in mind that sometimes it does happen like that. Here, just in case, I'll show it to you one more time. That face is so dang cute. And I don't know why. These really remind me of my mom, too, because she used to have flamingo earrings in the 80s. I think I still have them, actually. These really bright enamel pink flamingo earrings with a real cute face like that. All right, this is another favorite. Actually, I do think this might be my favorite one. Oh, Terry Moore, that is not a dumb question at all. So that is not a dumb question, and thank you for asking. I'm sorry, for assuming, okay, that everybody knows that. Please do never feel uncomfortable or embarrassed to ask a question, because, keep in mind that other people might want to know also. Let me just show you a couple different brands of gesso, okay? See if I have my other gesso here. I think I don't even have my other gesso. Well, darn it. I was going to show you. Oh, no, here it is. Okay. So this is gesso and this is gesso. Two different brands. Okay. I have Liquitex and Golden. Now, I would say that both of these are very comparable quality-wise. The reason I often do reach for my Liquitex gesso is because I like the bottle. Okay, gesso does come in different colors. Generally, it is going to be white, black, and gray, but often gesso does come in other colors as well. And also clear. I'm sorry, I forgot to mention clear. It is an acrylic primer is what it is, okay? So it's a little bit, it is not the same, Terry, as like white acrylic. Although I will tell you that oftentimes I do use white gesso sort of in place of white acrylic just because I like that it is matte and it is very opaque. Like it's, you can generally get away with one coat. Not always, but generally. So again, it is, let me just read to you what it says on the packaging. It is ready to use, flexible, white, toothy, semi-absorbent, 100% acrylic ground. May be wet sanded. So you can sand it. It's basically a primer. Or I always think of it as, like artist cover up. I don't know what else to to say, but it is a great primer. And lots of times you will see me use it sort of as a white base. Okay, and I say ink, I'm using air quotes because of course it's not ink, it's a primer. But I use it on my stamps sort of as I would in ink. Okay. And Maxie Moon says, if you already had the website open, try to refresh it, because she just did that on there. So please just refresh your browser. Just, if it's not coming up for you. Okay. All right, and maybe one more. Oh gosh, let's do I feel like I do kind of need a bigger one, but I don't have it right here. Or do I? Do I have? Oh, I do. I have this one here. Go ahead and use that bigger one there too. All right, so as you can see, I've stamped these down. Now this is black. This paper is painted with black gesso, so I've stamped in white gesso over the top. Of course, I want it to dry, but once it is dry, there's so many things I can do over the top. I could take a little bit of pan pastels, and I could, rub some pan pastel over the top. Okay, I could take some pencils, watercolor pencils, or Derwent sticks. Let me just get a couple of those just to kind of show you what I mean. Or it could be also watercolor crayons. Okay, so for example, if I want to color these now, I can go in and just color them up using a little bit of my watercolor crayons, or like I said, my water-soluble pencils. Okay, and that can give them some color. Of course, as long as it's nice and dry, as long as your gesso is good and dry, you should be, and you use a water-soluble medium over the top to give it some coloration, you should be able to go in with a watery brush and smush it out and get some really nice, bright, fun colors, okay? So, and you can make little gradients if you want to. Okay, like so on and so forth, like that. Of course, you could also use just probably a little touch of your, let's try a little moon glow ink here. Yeah, like foundation. Yeah, so maybe you just want to touch a little bit of your moon glow inks to the white and let that pick up the color that way. So you can smush that around. And of course, you know, it's ink, so it will stay wet on there for a little bit, but then once it's dry, you get some nice gradients there too. Like so. And the nice thing is that even though I did smush some of that onto my paper, it's black, so it's not going to really show up. And if I don't like it, I can take a baby wipe and sort of wipe away at it. And remember, even go a step further, and if it does anything that I don't like, I can repaint the black gesso on the outside. Donna says, if this is on fabric, would it need to be heat set or sealed in some way? Yes, it would. It would need to be heat set for sure, but this is not the kind of mediums that I would use. I would not use plain white gesso on fabric that I was going to wash, okay? I would definitely, and again, I'm just going to mention this one more time. Because this is something that they are really cracking down on. I do need to mention that I am a golden artist educator, and anytime I recommend or share with you golden products, I need to let you know that I am compensated by them, traded, you know, with product for demoing or sharing their product. And so this is what I would recommend using with your acrylic paint to create a heat set fabric painting medium. Okay. And it is called GAC 900, and it is a medium that you mix 1-to-1 with your acrylic. Okay. Mix 1 part GAC 900 to 1 part acrylic, and then follow those directions. Okay. For fabric. So anyway, as you can see here, you know, I've colored, done a little coloring in of my images, and let's go ahead and smush some of that around. And again, if I, you know, smushed in any areas that I don't like and I don't want it to be colored on, then of course I can go back over with my black gesso and do any touch-ups. But I also think that by the same token, the same way that I went, if you can see, into my white areas and I did little black lines, I also think it will be really fun and effective and look great to take a white marker, okay, and do similar, you know, sort of doodles. And this might not be the white marker that I would use because it's a little bit thick, but you'll get the idea. Again, just doodle them up, okay? And just play with them, make your own little marks. And, you know, like you don't have to do every single outline. I think sometimes it's fun just to do other little doodles in there. Okay. And of course, just start tracing, and you know, you can even make it a little bit bigger to give it a little more interest. And add your own little elements. Okay. So this is how I did all this, but now I'm just reversing the colors. Okay. Instead of, you know, adding white or black marker, I'm just adding white. So you get the idea, and that's how I'll go, you know, how I'll finish. I'm going to finish all these off. And then I think I'm actually, and I'm not going to do this now. I will finish this off and take a picture and share it with you when I am done. I've been working on this for like a couple weeks, but eventually when I'm all the way finished, I think I'm going to just make it into a little folder. But anyway, I think I do want to do some words, and it's going to be all filled in when I'm all the way done. Bernadette, it is not black paper. Like I said, it is painted with black gesso. Okay, so I stamped all these onto white paper just like this. Okay, this is a large sheet. I think it's around, I don't even know what size this is. I want to say 11 by 17-ish approximately. And I stamped all these and doodled them, and then I painted black gesso all the way around right here. So it's the same as the white stuff I just shared with you, only black. Okay, so again, it's matte. It's really good coverage, and it takes all that stamping really nicely. And all right, so that's that with the small, tiny baby microcosms. All right. And what else do I have for you here? Oh my gosh. I'll pull some of these out. Yes, I know they do remind me of spirographs. That is so funny. Let's go ahead. Is there any of the other ones? No, Bernadette, the shrinks are not for a limited time. They're going to be available on the website, you know, and for forever as far as we know. Huh. Let's see. The site is timing out. Oh, oh God. Jim says the site is timing out, so people must all be ordering. I don't know. Not so far. We're not here. We're not having any overload so far, but huh. All right. So let me just share with you a few more of these. Is there any that you stamp the mushrooms? Oh, that's right. I do want to stamp those dang mushrooms. Those are so cute. Maybe we should make a rolodexy out of it. All right. So let me get I'm going to get a little piece of watercolor paper. This is 4 by 6. And it's pretty it's decent watercolor paper. It's 140 pound, so it's pretty, you know, heavy. It is hot press, so it's smooth. Actually, let me see something really fast. This is, yeah. And this, I think it's the last piece or two on here, so hanging on for dear life. There we go. Yes, I'll stamp the lady too. I would love to stamp her. It's one of my favorite stamps of all time, for real. Okay, so let's find the shrooms. Where'd you go? You know what? I do need to stamp long and leafy too. Where'd I put those mushrooms? All right, so first since you can see I have it with a little bit of rainbow. I'm going to go ahead and do it in rainbow again, just so you can see that. I'm going to stamp it up here. I'm going to do my card different. Catherine, you're so funny. Ooh, so cute. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm going to go wash this off, and then I'm going to come back and I'm going to stamp it in a different color palette, okay? So I want to remind you while we are here together that next week is our 3-year anniversary as the owner of ArtFoamies. I don't know how many of you know this, but I did buy the company from the original owner. She was located in Canada, or she is located in Canada. So 3 years ago on April 20th, we reopened here in the USA. And so it is a very exciting anniversary for us. And so please be watching for that. Also, we are going to have a very special pop-up artist on April 28th. So keep your eyes peeled for that as well. Okay, here I got it all nice and clean. I'm going to try this with a different color palette. Now what I want to do is I'm going to take a little bit, and let me get another scrap buddy here. I just want to take a little bit, and I'm going to take this scrap buddy and cut it down because I just need a small one, okay? So I'm going to take a little bit of my fluorescent green. Okay, right there. And then I'm going to take a little of my acrylic paint. This is Titan Buff. And I just want a little bit of that sort of beigey, creamy color. It's kind of a taupe. Thank you, Patty. Tell me what you got. Anyway, I'm just going to color or, paint up the little mushrooms in this taupey color. If you feel like your scrap buddy is a little too big, then of course you can use a brush, or you can cut your scrap buddy down. You can ink up or load up your ArtFoamies even with, like I said, a paintbrush. You could, I don't know, just use a little, I don't know what else. I don't know what I'm saying. You'd use a brush or a skinnier scrap buddy. Or a pad, I guess. I don't know. All right, so there, I got my little taupey color on the little shrooms, okay? I know, right? Sassy, thank you so much. I can't believe it's 3 years too, but time flies when you're having fun, right? So now I'm going through and I'm putting my little neon, oops, I missed one of the tiny shrooms. I'm putting a little bit of my greenery on the rest. All right, and then stamp this Carmen Jones, welcome. Oh, so cute. And look how cute it speckles right down, you know, at the base of them. And then now I can take, I'm going to actually take my brown Stabilo. If I can find it. Hold on real fast. Oh goodness. Brown Stabilo, where are you? And a red. And it doesn't have to be a Stabilo, of course. You could use your colored pencils. I just thought the little brown Stabilo would be nice because, yeah, here we go. Because it's dark. And then I do also have a red somewhere. Oh, well, I'll just use this red instead. This is, I can't find my red Stabilo. So this is hot red Derwent and a brown Stabilo all pencil. Okay. No, I wash my scrap buddies too, Jim, but you know what? Like I go through so many, like, you know, I'm using so many per day, but so ones like this, I keep and just keep re-inking them and use them again and again. But if I have like a little acrylic like this, I do like to wash this out, and, you know, save it for later. So I'll even stick this in my water bucket just so that, it won't dry out. Yeah, Catherine Guerrero says, I've never received a sold out message. And yes, if you ever do, please let us know. Okay, so brown Stabilo. And of course, you know, you can do all sorts of fun stuff with this. If you wanted to, you could go in. Oops, and I don't know why I got, this must have some acrylic or something on there. So I'm going to sharpen it just a little bit and go in. And of course you can underline them. If you wanted, you could, you know, you could give it more detail. I'm just going to go ahead and go all the way across like so. And of course you could do a little darkness on the underside of that. Okay. You know, color up as much as you want. I'm just being kind of quick, but you get the idea, right? You can make them as detailed as you like. And then I'll take my little red. And of course you could give them little red toppers. I could have done that with paint. Yeah, Jim, you just don't see me recycle mine live, but I do when I'm here. Otherwise, I mean, I would literally be going through millions of them. Well, not literally, but you know what I mean. All right, and that was water soluble, so of course, now the acrylic is not. I painted that with acrylic, so I could still smush these little things and sort of, you know, just help give them little gradients. I mean, one of the things I love, and I talk about this all the time with art foamies, is that really they are a base layer. They are there for you. I mean, you can use them as your image, you know, and be done with it. But what I really love is that they are like a base for you to expand upon. All right, and so same with the little bit of greenery at the bottom. If I want to give it some nice gradient, of course, I can just go in, you know, with my colored pencil and give a little extra oomph, you know. All right, and so what I'm going to do here, I'm going to take this, I'm going to trim this up. Let me take it to my cutter. Oops, I don't know why it didn't slice it very good on the side here. Let me fix that. So I sliced it to the size. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to take my paper rounder, my corner rounder. I'm going to round this off. And I think I'll go ahead and we will make this into a little let's see. Yeah, I'll just go ahead and use my smaller punch. Okay, and then I think it's going to be really cute, but I am going, like I said, a couple other ones that I think I'm going to just use this and do some clouds on top. To do that, let's take a little bit of watercolor. I think I'm just going to take my spray bottle. I'm going to spritz it with some water. Okay, you can see it's wet. I'm going to take my Derwent. I don't know if this is going to stamp that well, but it's okay. Paint some happy little bubbles. Uh-oh, Linda says, I love your red cap mushrooms. Yours look like death caps. Oh, gosh, I did not know that. I don't know all my mushrooms yet, Linda. I'm just taking a little bit of this sort of teal color, and it's one of the really great and fun things about using watercolor paper for my Rolodexes is that it just makes them, have a nice amount of substance, and you can layer on them, paint on them, put stickers, collage, whatever you want. And then I want to stamp this one just because I really feel the urge. So I'm going to get, for this, I think I'm going to use my green. This is a Daniel Smith watercolor stick. I'll show you with the wrapper on it. So these are extra fine watercolor sticks. They're a little bit harder. They don't color as nicely as like your crayon, your water soluble crayons or your watercolor pencils, but they're more like an actual, artist grade watercolor in a solid form. So it is really nice because you can get, those beautiful like washes and sort of the same sort of, I don't know how to really explain it, but the same kind of movement with the colors that you can get with your traditional artist watercolor. I just love it. So fun. Anyway, and then I don't know if I love those as maybe I'll go over with a little bit of, let's just try it for fun, because I like to see what it's going to do. I'm going to try a little white gesso right over the top, and I'm going to use this back more, and I could have used maybe a little gouache, but I'm just going to try it with the gesso instead, just to sort of knock back some of that and give it a little more cloud-like effect. Ta-da! And then, I don't know, underneath, maybe, oh gosh, I'm not really sure. I think some writing. I think it would look really, really cute to just write, you know, whatever text, or if I was going to give this card, you know, in a swap, to write all my information down here, or just write maybe a poem or something about nature. I may let this dry up here and then come back in and overstamp again. I don't know. But I do like the way that looks as clouds. I think it's kind of fun. I don't know. I'm just going to go ahead and take my, what's this called again? It's called A Few Words, and it is a imprint pad. I think I'll just go ahead and line this with a little bit of, maybe just a little, what should I use? I think I'm just going to try my graphite stick. Okay, this is the Lyra graphite pencil, or graphite stick, and I don't know. I was trying to see if there was any words in particular that I want, but I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just going to smush it up with some color. And then one thing you can do, if you want to be sure that you don't get, you know, stamping on areas that you don't want to stamp, we'll go ahead and mask this off. Well, it might not show the exact words that I would want, but it looks kind of cool. I'll just put a few up here too. Yeah, I like that. And then, of course, and I'm here I am looking at it in the in the monitor just to see. I might go back in with a little bit of color. Let's see. Just this, if I put some color in the background around the shrooms, it'll help them stand out just a little bit more. I might take a little bit darker of a blue. And right now I am using, got a cobalt, a beautiful cobalt. And that's really sort of making the little mushrooms pop out a little bit better. So I would love to hear how many of you are doing Rolodexes. And if not, are you keeping any sort of small art box? Because I know, for example, Megan didn't do Rolodexes, but she is keeping a little box for small art. So I'd love if you are doing Rolodexes, please make sure that you're hashtagging so that we can all sort of keep up and, you know, see what everybody's doing. And if not, that's okay too. But please share your art. We want to see what you're making with your art foamies. All right, one last little oomph with some of this green here. Ta-da! And there's my little Rolodex, and it will fit in. This one is the 2 1/4 by 4. So I don't know if I cut it too big. I wanted to share with you that I did make another little Rolodexy box. So for those of you who are interested in doing this, even if you don't have a oh gosh, I just got paint all over. Hold on. Even if you don't have you know, a Rolodex, you can just take pretty much any kind of box and turn it into a holder. And so I've had a lot of fun creating this one today because I wanted a special place for so many of my birthday cards. Let me move this out of the way so I can share it with you. So I just took this clear crate, okay, and oops, I'm making a mess. And I measured and decided that I would want it for my 2 1/4 by 4s, although they can go as tall as I want to because I don't have any lid or anything like that. So 4 inches across, really, okay, so they can be you know, any height, as you can plainly see. And I am using this too for like birthday cards. I just wanted to, here, let me clean my fingers. I don't want to touch all this stuff and then show it to you. Yes, I know, Linda. Me too. So far, so I've made my own Rolodex holders. I've made 2 of them, and then I have, oh gosh, I think 5 other various sizes, okay? So what I have in here, as you can see, is a variety of cards, all the way from the smallest little 2-part cards and a couple that I've created, just the regular 2 1/4 by 4. Okay, and you can see these were done with an imprint pad. Super fun. And then all the way to these tall cards. I just received this one from Wendy for my birthday. Oh my gosh, isn't it fantastic? And then this is a card from Janice. And what I did, I just put a little tab on there, okay, and it fits right in. So this is a great way to not only keep track of your small art and what I love to do, but also pieces that people send you. So here's more cards I've received, and I just put I either just punch it or I put a little tab. The nice thing is too, here I actually took my card and I cut off the back and I mounted it so that I would remember, and then put it in my Dexy box. So, and then as you can see, this is created with my Word Wall Art Foamy and with the Rolodexy Art Foamies. I just stamped that right on there. And then I stamped the one with the outline. Okay, and ta-da! I have one done on the back too, but I just haven't stamped or decorated it yet. Ooh, Donna, yay! Post when you can, and just make sure to tag us. We would love to see them if you feel comfortable. All right, so there's our mushrooms, our long and leafy, and also our small what, ring fling, or no, that's not ring fling. What's this one called again? I forget already. We have one called Ring Fling, so hold on, let me find it. That one is Fragmented Rings. And I already don't know what I did with the tiny one. It's around here somewhere. Anyway, and so that was the mushrooms, the long and leafy, and the small fragmented rings. And then we have our small mason jar. And edgy, and here's the small girl. And I know you asked me to stamp her, so let's go ahead and we're going to stamp her so you can see her face. Now, I did her face on purpose this way, okay? I'm having a little trouble here finding what I need. Okay. Wait, too many stamps, too little time. Did you make the red bars? Yes, I did. I didn't drill holes either. Here, let me show you real fast. There's no holes drilled. Yes, they're dowels, and I painted them. Actually, it's neon pink, and they're just glued in. Okay. And we are, for those of you who are on my Patreon, next Wednesday, we're going to be making some of these. So make sure to tune in next Wednesday for Daily Heart, okay? All right, so I've sprayed this. This is my small Good Hair Day. And I know somebody asked me if I would stamp her. So let me go ahead. I am going to just use my graphite stick again. Megan says, I have 3 boxes going, an ATC box, an address box, and an art idea box. I love all of those. And that's one reason why I have so many too, because I have one that's for my daily gratitudes. I have one for swaps. I have one for ATCs. And this is my little ATC one. I think I've shared it with you before. And it's not even all ATCs. Some of the things are super, super tiny. Like, look how cute and small this is. But it still fits in there. And, you know, it's great for little mementos that I want to save, you know, for eternity. All right, let's get back to the stamping. Okay, so as you can see, her face is just, and that mouth stamped weird. I don't know why. It's not that crooked. Anyway, the face, I did make it where you basically just have very basic sort of marks for the features, okay? And the reason why is because I wanted you to be able to change it and sort of make it your own by creating your own face, okay? So what I do for this is, of course, the eyes are just little almond shapes, okay? So I'm going to take my little graphite pencil and I'm just going to give an upper lid. And you don't have to do it this way. I'm just sort of showing you some ideas and why I would want to create a face like this, okay? So there I gave her upper lid. I'm going to give her just a little bit more darkness around her nostrils and underneath where the shadow for her mouth would be. Now, again, that line stamped really crooked. I must have smashed it a little too hard. So I'm just going to go ahead and even it up. And then I'm going to give her a couple little, like a little heart shape. Okay, and that's making her mouth a little bit big, but it's okay, because I can go in and squish all that and sort of mush it around with a little bit of water, all right? So, yeah, Denise says, I like her mouth a little crooked. It's cute. Well, you can keep that sort of aesthetic if you wish. I'm just going to smush it with a little water. And by the time I sort of do this to the whole thing, you'll see that it'll work itself out. Okay, here, it's your top little eyelids. I'm just gonna, again, and remember that's all graphite, so it still can be moved with water. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do that. Same with underneath here. Same with her cheeks. And if you want to draw her eyebrows down and, you know, make them thicker, darker, you could even pull that line down more and give her more of a nose. I mean, this is all up to you when you're playing and experimenting and having fun with with her face. So anyway, then when I'm done doing all that and getting it how I want, take a little white gesso on my brush or maybe a little paint pen. Give just a little dot on each side, and that will change your face dramatically, okay? You can, of course, go in with color if you want to. Just a little bit. And start to, like that. Bye, Deb. Thanks so much for coming. How many shrinks are there? You know what it is? Let me count real fast. There are... So Balzer has 1, Cat has 4, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 20. 20 shrunken stamps this time, okay? And a couple of them are sets. So like, for example, the small microcosms, right? And then, of course, with this around her, if you do not want that line, you don't have to color it in. You could create in here. This can be like the moon behind her, or of course you can go in and make it however you want it to be her hair. I mean, I think it would be really, really great. You could use almost any of the stamps that I just shared with you to go in and stamp inside there. Actually, I do want to use Maxi Moon's little floral trio. And I also want to use my long and leafy again. Oops, and I went on her face, but that's okay. You get the idea. I'm just going to use, this one more time. Of course, I just like to sometimes take a little water on there and smush it up, just to get a little sort of shading, you know, little deeper values on my edges here. If some of these areas, well, one thing I do like to do is you could take your dark graphite again and really just go in here and finish this off. And try to just match it up, you know, if you want the same sort of pattern. I'm just trying to match some of that darkness. And then, of course, when I wet it, it'll bring it up to the same sort of all right, let's go ahead and I'm going to work on her face just a tiny bit more, just for fun. And if you have any other thoughts or questions, I'd love to hear from you. And of course, remember again that all of that is still pretty much movable. So be careful if you don't want it muddied. You have to just sort of, you know, avoid some of those areas or just sort of smush them back out. And then, oh gosh, what color do I want up in there? Let's just get, and I do think, oh, just a tiny, and this might be a little bit too big, but just want to do a tiny little gleam in the eye. And yeah, it was a little bigger than I hoped. So of course I can just go back in with a little ink or something and fix that up. But you can see the size difference is pretty significant. And so what's nice about that is that you can you know, use this for like, I know a lot of people are doing like paper dolls and different sort of doll figures. So this size, I think, will be a little bit better for that. And definitely, since I don't know, I went out of the lines here. Of course, there's ways I could fix that if I wanted to. Just go around and give her some little scallops, or of course I could always cut it out if I wanted to or needed to. Go back over here, a little green gold, and finish this off. And I don't know, just because I'm feeling like this might be a nice color with it, a little quinacridone gold. Get my black marker and fix her eyes a little bit. You know what I always say, they don't call it mixed media for nothing. All right, and I like her. I think she would also make a very cute little Rolodexy, so I think I'd cut her right out. And again, if I want a fussy cut, or you know, cut right up to the edge, I could just cut out her little halo. I'm just gonna keep my little scallops for now. And then of course I can go ahead and I can, you know, use my little punch right in there. If I don't want to use a punch, I can use one of my little, I don't even know what they're called. Are these, I make these out of Yupo. They also have these little old-timey attachments. These are a little tricky to find, but I'm going to put that right on there. And stick it in my Rolodex. It's just way too much fun. So that's still not even all the way dry, but it's okay. Ta-da! Happy Easter. Thank you so much. Thank you, Kay. I love all of you and appreciate you so much. Thank you for joining me for another exciting episode of ArtFoamies Fun Friday. If you have any thoughts, questions, or other contributions, you know where to find me. Again, please don't forget to be following. We are going to have our special anniversary edition next week, and also a very exciting mystery artist for the end of the month on April 28th. I can't wait. I'm so excited. I'll start giving you clues now that we're getting past the Honey, I Shrunk the ArtFoamies, okay? So let's see here. Denise, you should start one. It's so fun. We could swap. All right, I'm going to turn this off. I'm going to turn this around, and oops, blinding myself. I just want to say thank you all again for joining me for ArtFoamies Fun Friday and coming and spending a little bit of time with me on your Friday. I really appreciate it, and I hope you have a wonderful weekend, a great Easter, and I love you to the moon and back. So I will see you next Friday. Have a wonderful weekend, and thanks again. Bye.